Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers. It's Luke here. A little bit of transfer news out there today. By all accounts, you would have heard his name everywhere now after Fabricio Romano confirmed it, and we've been linked with him for a couple of weeks now. It sounds like Fabricio Bruno, the Brazilian defender, is almost done. I think it's around 12.5 million. Like I say, you may have seen him in the England game. If you haven't, look back on the England game against Brazil a few weeks ago. He played well in that game. He looks a bit of a nasty sort of character. I would imagine if Lopetegui and Steiden have sanctioned this deal, there is, I reckon he's got good ability on the ball. I could be wrong. I'm just assuming with the sort of players that Lopetegui's worked with in the past, you would assume that, he's comfortable on the ball and strong defensively. Maybe slightly a project. We might have to give him a bit of time to get himself up to the speed. Playing him, no disrespect to Brazilian league, Premier League's a completely different animal. But the fact that he's in the Brazil national team, gives me hope, and it could become a bargain, and let's hope that's the case. Some really interesting news. Listen, I would have hoped that Aguerd would have stayed, but it seems that he's made it clear that he wants to go. But the good thing in West Ham's case here is it seems that a bidding war could start. It seems that Atletico Madrid are interested, and the touted fee is around 30 million, which is good news for West Ham. I was thinking we may get around 20 million for him, which would have added a little bit to the transfer kitty. But if we did get anywhere near 30 million for Aguerd, that would be a fantastic return. Knowing that two centre-backs was, a big part of Lopetegui's key signings. We know we're going to get more. We know we're probably going to get a left winger. We're probably going to get a striker. But the two key signings were meant to be defenders. And if it was to be 30 million, then that 30 million, can go straight towards, you probably might have to put a little bit more on top, straight towards Max Kilman, who we know we've been linked with for a long, long time, and a player that has worked under Lopetegui before. So, 30 million for Aguerd. I can't turn my nose up at that. I think that was a fantastic deal if it is around that figure. Anything over 25, I think, is a good price for him, considering that, he's made it clear he wants to go, and at 25 million is a great price. A couple of names that have been linked today in the striker area. Obviously, listen, Youssef and Nesryi keeps coming up. Just a little bit more news on that one. All accounts are that Seville may need to sell before a certain date. Can't remember what that date was, 20th of June, maybe 1st of July. And 20 million is the asking price. 20 million for Youssef Nesryi, 26 years old. I think he may be 27 at the end of the year. Fantastic price. Go get it done. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. I still think we should buy another one. But if you could get, say, Youssef Nesryi and a name that I'm going to mention in a minute as the second option, then I'd be quite happy with that. You've got Fabricio Bruno there, potentially Max Kilman, and then you've got, you bring in Youssef Nesryi as the striker. We definitely need a left winger, and whoever that is. And like I say, then the other name linked today is Ione from Nottingham Forest, which really is a young Antonio, probably with a better touch. He's big, he's strong. He was scoring some goals in a team that was struggling. He looked really good when he played against us. I don't know what the fee was. That's the only thing. I do apologise, guys, that I didn't quite catch what the fee was in the article. But I think if you could get in for around 25, and I think you probably could, because I think Forest are in that sort of FFP zone where we can sort of possibly exploit that. I quite like him. Listen, he's not the ones I've been saying. He's not the Bonifaces. He's not the Jurassis. He's not the Tonys. He's not the Solankis. But I don't know. I just got a feel like Jurassi. I can't see, because I think he'll have bigger clubs because of that fee. Boniface, maybe he'll want to stay at Leverkusen for another year because of how good a season they've had and the fact they're in the Champions League. Tony, I still believe there's potential in that deal, but I can see him maybe going to Tottenham. And Solanke, by all accounts, again, is another one that could go to Tottenham. So, you know, either or. And then obviously Arsenal are in the hunt for a striker as well. But yeah, I think his name's Tao Ione from Forest. He's a good player. He would be good for us. And Nesryi and Ione looks a lot better than Antonio and Danny Ings. And that's another one. Danny Ings, by all accounts, could be on his way to Southampton. Good luck to him, you know. Feel a bit sorry for him. Just didn't work for him at West Ham. You know, anytime he did have a good game, he wasn't used again. And we've seen that a lot of times with players under David Moyes. I think it'll be good for them. I think he'll score goals for them. Obviously, he's played with them before. Yeah, and if we can get a decent enough few million for him, I think that would be good. Just to finish the video, the you know, currently who were pumping the fact that West Ham apparently only have 85 million spend transfer kitty without obviously sales, which I think is a bit low. I think, you know, 30 million for finishing ninth, around that sort of figure. The next 50 million of the Declan Rice transfer fee, which people seem to forget. The Skamaka money, the Kura money, the Ben Rama money, the Fornells money. And, you know, you add into that sales with Aguerd. Obviously, Paquetá's not going to go now, by all accounts. You know, I think even without the Aguerd sale, there should be around 150 million. And then with the sales, it possibly would have been, you know, nearly pushing 200 million. Maybe we're being a bit coy. Maybe we're being a bit clever. And not saying how much we've got. We know we bidded good money for Ibrahim Hosman in January. Like I say, there's money there. There is a lot of money there. And maybe we are being a bit coy. Maybe we are trying to be a bit clever with our business this time. You know, the fact that if Steiden is sort of the main man now, maybe he's, you know, telling Sullivan to be a bit more quiet. We've seen it before where we look like we've got no money and then we'll go and boom, 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 boom. We'll put 40, 50 million pound bids in for players. Some of them are we tried deals. But yeah, I think there's good money there. And I think, I'm hoping now, you know, with this Fabricio Bruno, hopefully that's announced by the end of the week. We have to keep that momentum. It's this positive momentum that you go into a season with it. It can really help. You know, sometimes, you know, West Ham will get a new manager, we'll get one player, and then we have this real anxiety for 4 to 5 weeks where you can go back on my videos, you can go back on Amma's chat, West Ham Fan TV, all them videos over the years around the end of July, mid-July time, we all start getting a bit anxious of, are we going to sign players? Come on, West Ham. You know, you go and see Villa sign a player, see Newcastle sign a player. I'm not like that yet. I'm not like that in any way yet. But this is how West Ham can stop that. Just keep, you know, buy the players, keep that positive momentum going. And I think we'll be all right this year. I do. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Ione, El Nesryi, Fabricio Bruno, the Aguerd fee. Let me know. And I'll know whether you made it to the end of the video then if you let me know about some of them players. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Come on, you Irons.